lines, religious lines, and so many others. I don't think he's going to do well in Colorado. He's deeply unpopular in our state. Let's turn to some of the big news. And Jen Psaki, I want to get your response. Rooney was in part reacting to this new White House strategy that was quickly taken back, which was admitting that there was a quid pro quo, Ukrainian aid in exchange for an investigation into the 2016 election and the DNC server. Here is acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney.
But to be clear, what you just described is a quid pro quo. It is funding will not flow unless the investigation into the Democratic server happens as well.
We do that all the time with foreign policy.
And he talked about how aid to the Northern Triangle, Central American countries came in only in exchange for those countries doing something about illegal immigration. But then he did put out a statement that, a few hours later, after there was a lot of criticism, including from Congressman Rooney, saying there was no quid pro quo.
Well, first of all, it was complete malpractice to put Mulvaney out at that briefing. And having spent 8 years in and out of a White House, you discuss those decisions over and over again when you decide to put a chief of staff out. But I will say, there's a very dangerous kind of combination argument being made, I should say, by people like Mulvaney that their quid pro quo is a normal part of diplomacy, and suggesting that looking for political dirt on your opponent, like Joe Biden or anyone else, and doing that through diplomacy is normal. It is not normal. I worked in the State Department. I have the pleasure of knowing people who have spent decades in diplomacy and working in government. That is not how it works. How it works, you do use levers like things like if you do more work on human rights and you are better on that, then we may unleash some more military assistance for you. That is in the national interest of the United States. Using it in a political, as a political cudgel is absolutely not normal, shouldn't be accepted. And I'm actually surprised that Republicans in Congress are accepting it and being so silent as they are now around this.
Talk about the G7 decision, because I do think it
This is the decision the president made to have the G7